There's no way Secret pick PL with Morph. I don't think that's something EG should be worried about. You think so? I mean, it's technically possible. I just think you're putting a lot of
real greedy.
You're putting a lot of stress on Ramses making every move.
I would like Venno for Secret. I know Zai plays it quite well. I'm not sure if they'd feel how they feel about it. I just think it's underpicked thus far because it's, again, like TA is a fantastic hero. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's similar to when we saw Enigma early picking PL all the time until people addressed it like we're just countering this Phantom Lancer like hard, and suddenly he's playing against Leshrac Timbersaw. Good call, Sind. I think that also could be the direct, like that's just what EG wants to prevent, right? They've beaten Secret effectively 3 games now straight up. They just lost to a niche pick, right? They don't want to get cheesed. They're just confident playing in a fair game of Dota 2. So
that is a fair point. You should still consider the Meepo. I think Wyvern is one of the best supports against it, but a very good Meepo player can play around it with the right decision making. So,
but then you have Morphling Meepo. I don't know about that one.
I'd still be worried about a Drow lineup because you have TA. They did something like Drow Slardar. I think that would actually be really sick with Wyvern up against a Morphling lineup as well.
Yep. This to me is a perfect time for EG to go for something like a 4th pick Drow Ranger. That's like right on brand for them. You 3rd pick either your crit or your fly hero. Let me rephrase. You 3rd pick your crit hero. Fly plays the Wyvern. Like for sure.
You'd want that, but probably won't happen. I think crit's been on this Wyvern a lot more.
Yeah, I'd see a crit Shadow Shaman perhaps.
I like that a lot.
Lane kills your towers, his invis gives you just a lot of information on the map without having to commit too much. You get a lot of base damage on your support heroes now.
Yeah, just a bit.
2 strong as ones.
It could be a core tiny, keep in mind.
It could be.
It's possible.
It's possible, but
it's
not
Dota.
likely.
It's Dota. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
So I was looking up some of Abed Templar Assassin stats because he hasn't lost a game this tournament with it. In his tournament lifetime, he's played Templar Assassin a fair few amounts, 70% win rate. That is mad high.
It is, especially on a hero he does often get countered on.
It's not as if they're getting last pick TA. You know, this is something. Even when he was on Fnatic, they were willing to first.
They do it.
Still go for the IO.
All right.
What about Slark here instead of IO Gyro? IO Slark.
It's pretty solid here. I'd like
so build against Morph and stuff.
I want something that uses the sustain mechanic of Wisp specifically. I feel like Gyro, all right, but again, you're playing into Morph. Just don't pick it into the hard counter. I like Slark a lot. It's also very good against both Tree and Tiny.
And then you still got all the reset items if you do, or heroes. If you do go the Slark, you have Abaddon, Omni Knight, and Timbersaw is another big.
I think Timbersaw, right after I saw the Viper ban, I was like, I think Ramsey's just gonna snipe and just take it.
So you got really low on time. There's a lot of adjustments to be made. I don't think they were expecting this 3rd pick IO.
We got past over level 2. They go the Ench, which made it through. I guess we didn't talk about that hero after the game 1. A lot of heroes.
Makes Slark even better.
Best of 5s just have their own magic to them. You know, it's always so fascinating to see what happens when you go down the stretch.
It also makes Puppy and Fly.
IO 2nd phase, Ench 4th pick for Secret. They start taking Tiny away. 1st phase more playing, you know. Like there's no way this draft would have happened game 1. Like 0%, literally 0% chance it would ever happen game 1. You love to see it.
EG
So I think
needs stuns.
Yes, exactly. They need something that goes in and uses IO so that TA can find a target. What options do you have that lane well against the Enchantress and gives catch? That you also would want to play against Morphling, right? That's the other thing.
I think Slark's still looking like your best option.
He's okay.
I still feel like something that hits towers would be nice. You could also go for that, like Timbersaw, but Slark it is.
As you said,
there's nothing better.
Yeah.
It will be that Slark.
It is quick, and I think they're going to play it a lot like Secret with this. Slark's going to get like his Diffusal and his Ags, and then the TA honestly becomes the harder parry in this.
But it's about staying on map, right? You've got a Wisp and a Wyvern. You're going to have plenty of sustain now. If you can take a couple early towers, it becomes very difficult for Secret to play when you consider that the 2 cores they've revealed thus far have no ability to make plays. They need a lot of time to come online, and notably, they're very low on wave clear right now. You don't feel good if your Treant is the only hero with a true spell to clear waves.
And that is only allowed because they have Train Protector in the first place, right? That they can actually defend these towers. And Evil Geniuses, I think, are still going to have, that is still a problem they have to solve, right? How do we actually commit to finishing off these towers?
I think you need to ban Leshrac. I think it's way too good this game.
And I like the Omni ban from Secret. You know it's a Ramses hero. I wouldn't mind a playmaker for him, but I'm not sure what's left. He could potentially go for his Centaur, but
I'm not sure what else EG are considering here. Are they actually going to ban OD over it?
So we're looking for a niche hero on the side of Secret, and we've seen him play Arc Warden quite a few times. Is this still a good Arc game? We have also seen EG banning it out a lot of the time, but it doesn't work against TA?
Winter Wyvern, Slark, and TA, I think are all they're capable of getting on top of her.
Morph is your win condition. You need something that stabilizes your mid game and doesn't just get you run over, because EG, they can play with so much pace. They get a pick off, they hit Roche, suddenly traps in a Slark all throughout your jungle, and nowhere is safe. Then you have, of course, global mobility from the Wisp, Wyvern, and Treant. You're only maybe piercing abilities at the moment, other than the impetus of the Ench, of course.
So knowing that you're going up against a Templar Assassin, is there any hero that would tick all those boxes that would do what you want it to do?
I'm not seeing nothing that wouldn't get crushed by Slark, right? You can't go. You would consider something like a Bat Rider here. It's an amazing hero. I don't know if you want to play it when there's a Slark in the game.
So they took away the Omni, right? The Abaddon is still out, and it gives you that committal to pushing towers. I almost feel like that maybe could have been a better ban for Secret, just because it does solve one of those issues. They don't have anything to catch or start fights, but if they do get that role of being able to take a few towers into a Roshan, that's just enough to
2 seconds.
on.
Ooh, Bat Rider.
That might be a deny pick, in truth. It's excellent here. It's actually an incredible matchup against all 4 Secret heroes, and they still have issues because they need to address the Slark and the TA still, and now you have Bat Rider problems, and none of your heroes are comfortable laning against him at the moment. That's a really cool pick from EG. It's also amazing synergy with Wisp. They had the team fight. Now they have the point lockdown pick off. I don't know what Secret go for here. They have 12 seconds.
Ramses, it's pretty good, right?
I have not seen in so long.
They're running low on time. I think there was no real better option. You're not happy to face this bat, but you have to play for your own strategy's success, right? Rather than if you have last pick and you need to really solve a big problem, you're not really happy with that. Yeah, the solution to Bat Rider would not fit your own strategy, so you're committed to your own idea. There's too many good points about Lesh this game. I think it could be a really close game, even though the Bat Rider has an amazing lineup.
EG have some potential to just crush these lanes, but if Secret can stabilize, their mid-game team fight is powerful, and Morphling at a point, I do believe, is the hardest carry in the game.
All right, let's find out if EG can take this home or if Secret will force out the 5th game in this grand finals. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged.
5 seconds.
Not fit your own strategy, so you're committed to your own idea. There's too many good points about Lesh this game.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time now for Game 4 between Team Secret and Evil Geniuses. And folks, after that Game 3, I cannot wait to see what these teams have in store for us now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the action ramp up. And hopefully we have a really close one again. As like the panel was mentioning, I think at one point it was like 17-17 in the game. Same numbers on their deaths. Yeah, this could shape up to be a really exciting one, as we do have some signature heroes being played by people that haven't gotten to play them in a very long time. Matama Man playing his Morphling hasn't gotten to play this one in, I feel like in ages. I feel like Nisha always is the one that does end up playing it lately, at least for this squad. But yeah, this time around, Nisha says, move over, Matu. I want to play Last Strike, and you're going to get to play your Morphling.
I mean, this is one of the things that has been brilliant for Secret sort of run through the tour. A lot of flexibility between core players on where they want to lane and play the hero.
And we're going to see how much Yapsor can actually do on the Tiny this time, because the roles are reversed. Right? He's playing this Tiny for once against Crit, and we saw how much Crit was able to do with it. We're going to definitely watch if Yapsor can do something similar.
I mean, yeah, he's got definitely a high bar to reach. You know, that last game, Crit's opening was incredible on the Tiny. Let's see if Yapsor can do it. If there was ever a player to come close to it, though, Yapsor, he would be the one to watch.
Liking the lane setups at the moment on the side of EG, having that Bat. One of the matchups that Bat used to actually love playing against was the Enchantress. Back when Untouchable used to be one of the passive abilities before level 6, you were very good at her. You still kind of are. The thing is, she is very speedy, but if you ever do get a couple stacks on her, she's not quite easy to a Bat. And I do like that they're trying at the bottom. They're playing versus a Morphling. Morphling can be a little bit weak inside of the lanes. Even if you have a Treant Protector, Morph doesn't really want to play against the lane too much. So we'll see probably some lane happen very early on, as we did see, and I mean, as Secret see the Slark bottom with their River Ward that they placed.
And what you would imagine that EG is going to move in reaction to that, or will they sort of just let it be and have the farm for Arteezy down rather than worrying about the pressure?
I think Matama Man's just going to try to follow the Bat, but I think probably going to see lane swaps. I think it's the more likely thing to happen. But how mad he is to being down bottom anyway. Then it sure that Ramsey gets pretty decent stuff up top. So
we've seen some great matchups so far this series from Nisha and Abed. Now this time around we're going to get to see the Abed TA against Nisha Lestrak. So we'll see who's able to get the edge on this one. It's all down to Nisha to land those stuns and try and find the timings to push Abed. Otherwise, the right click of Abed will really ramp up with the refraction.
Yeah, we tend to see the TA win most of the times in this matchup, and then, you know, if Lesh gets a rotation, you can get kills with your Edict, and then, of course, once Lesh hits 6, really bully TA to the point where she has to, I mean, she's going to be jungling probably anyway, but you bully her quite a lot. So, yeah, we see he's sticking down here as he's versus a Treant Protector. He's able to get the extra. And going to be, Matama Man top versus a Bat Rider.
Yeah, and you know, as we said, it's going to be down to Yapsor to make those moves. We saw last game how Crit was able to pull Nisha's TA in lane with those rotations. This time Yapsor, he's got to try and pull it off against.
And how much he can salvage the lanes in particular, as well as right away, since it is the Morphling Bat Rider, which it's the matchup they want. It's not in the place they want it though, because Morphling now has a position where he can get chased very far, and Bat Rider is already level 2. So Matama Man, he actually can't really walk up too good into this match, or too well into this. He's just denying a full wave at least in between the tower with his pull. So level 2 on Tiny, level 1 on Morphling, and yeah, level 2 on Bat Rider. So yeah,
we'll see down bottom. Teams play around and protect that spawn off the camp. It's not going to be the case. At 2 minutes. And Puppy, in fact, with the impetus, a bit of damage to the two of them. Arteezy still posturing aggressively, relying on the regen.
Just non-stop high-fiving. I think Nisha's, you know, seeing that he's getting beaten a little bit here at the start.
Some great these two mid players. They've given us quite a so far finals. You can only expect that to continue here. Bottom lane, Arteezy off the pounce. He tries towards Man. Now they're going to actually turn onto him aggressively. Flies there with it, but they cannot save Artur. Zai gets the final hit in with the impetus. A pounce too far for Arteezy. Gets punished for Secret.
I think it was the right move to make. You know, I was mentioning how the Morphling, he wants in the match versus that Bat Rider, but because of which lane it was in, it was just too much for Matu. A lane swap, and Zai still there for a moment so he can get the slow for them to get the kill. And now mid, you see, play a little bit more cautiously around the mid lane because the Tiny was missing for a moment. Doesn't want to get in, and he will protect it under those trees at the moment. But yeah, still gonna. I feel like he's still gonna struggle to get farm down here in particular. So for him are awkward. 1-0 on the Morphling at this 3-minute already.
This is
And Reggie's already level 4. What levels are Enchantress? Zai is level 3 at least. That Rider can definitely look to set up kills pretty easily, but now with Tormentor, a little bit of harassment coming in, and Yap, sorry, he wants to fix.
Where's that? Oh, there we go. That'll do it. They're getting kills, but as you say, Matto, I'm still waiting for that second CS.
He's gonna get it here. He's under tower.
Is he gonna get it?
I think.
There we go.
He's gonna get another one. Range.
Oh, he's back. He's out himself here, Matsu. He's in. He's got to keep that up. He's had a very, very rough start with the way that the lanes have been. He's not that far. They've got to try and set up some sort of space for this Morphling.
Like we were saying in the beginning, though, a very strong lane setup from EG, opting for this aggro tri-lane to just pressure Matumba Man, who now is getting gone up. He does have living armor. We'll be alright to back away as he did level 3 for that attribute shift.
But every time he uses that cooldown where he can no longer approach the creep wave, he has to. It's more. He's just going to fall further and further behind as he still only sets at 4 minutes in.
Mid, Nisha stun off the. Might have been if he wasn't to connect with that one. The Edict, a lot of damage. But he's doing good in the map because I think particularly if the Yap Sword disappears off the map, you just have to be very careful of that tiny rotation for your TA. 13 denies on the Lesh, in fact.
Right, he stuns perfectly every time that they've tried to step up towards the creeps, Albert.
Now he's level 5, almost level 6 on the Lesh right to level 4 TA, and that's where the matchup just completely swings. If it was just a TA versus Lesh, you'd see a bit of better time for the TA. Nisha trying to take advantage of the glyph here.
If he can land this stun, can't quite. Abed's in, sidestep it.
Fly's gonna help out his buddy mid, TP's mid, and actually salves up Abed in the meantime so that he can continue showing his face there. But yeah, Lesh about to be 6, and that's when he doesn't even need to land the stun. You just run around with the Dict and with your Pulse Nova going on top of that TA. He's trying. You see Abed just auto-attacking the wave to ensure that he can't actually get dove by that level.
He's trying to fight up against Zai. He's got some stacks on him, but again, Ramses, he's got to respect the impetuses. Gets that. Is it by the tower, and he does have support back up inbound. Wyvern.
Is it impetus?
Both. So this bottom lane, Matsu. Only that's easy. 25 and 4 in the lane, in the river. Niche run down Arbet. The Invis Ring does not save, and Niche able to read his move with the Diabolic Edict and runs down the TA.
Oh, puppy! That's a lot of stacks coming. Tower though. The switch over. See the rotation. Now Yap Sword. They think they have a ward. They will back away in time before the Tiny does get their. 6 left seconds. It's very tough for a TA to get away, even if you do have your boots. As 151 movement speed, Lesh is only 20 movement speed behind you without boots. Atu pushing limits.
Oh, Yapsor.
He's trying to cut off the.
And he's going to be able to do so at least with it positioning. Tries to Yapsor in position.
Very nicely played. The way he just in between two of them there. Zai.
Ramses, he's bottling up. He's going to get on top of Zai. Zai trying for the TP out. Have they got the dam? Punish, and now he will not have a TP to return to lane with.
Mid. Reinforcements coming.
And too many Phoenicia to deal with. He'll back off. Happy with the fact that the nation has been lost on the. Maybe that will open up for start to find some sort of semblance of farm in that safe lane.
Oh, he's probably so happy. He's like, yes, they left my lane. Still struggling to catch back. To the tower must need these. There you go. And as you said, he still doing just fine in his farm as he was down bottom. Same thing, you know, TA still getting a lot of those last. Many of them will be jungle. And go to jungle, you come to the mid lane. That's why we see Fly. He is now come to the mid on. Slowing down the push that comes out inevitably from the Lesh when your TA is jungling. That tower will go down very quickly. It might even just die anyway, even with the Wyvern there, as Yapsor, he's prioritizing.
And Yapsor starting to charge forward, has the himself rather than the toss back. That means the Fly is, he's going to come in and down Yapsor, and Not quite on the level of what we saw from Crit last game. Yep, so having a bit of an awkward time there in mid.
Yeah, he just wanted to get the toss up. I thought he would actually get the toss back onto Nisha there. I do it. He's looking to make a rotation. Here, the mid tower did force the glyph though. Oof.
And still just continuing pressure on
broom handle. Item in this matchup for Artesia can reach a little bit further to be able to hit there as Ramsey's
dive comes in. Nisha's there to help out. Ramsey's trying to firefly away, but they've got him. Starting to get active with them. Nisha he knows his power at the moment. Level 8 can help put down the side lane tier 1 tower. Look at the speed it goes with the edict. This tower just moves.
This is a cool move too, because he already got the mid tower kind of low. I like the decision of him coming up here and then just ensuring that he wants to, because this is not reset, so your edict will be able to bring them down very easily.
Bottom lane, Poppy. Forced out the lane by Artesia and Crit. Artesia has to pounce back in himself. Careful not to feed away any sort of kill to Matsumaman's, who's slowly climbing back into it all. About 500 gold between carries, but Matsu is closing that gap after a very, very tough start that was handed to him with the lane setup.
And he hasn't died, which is the really important thing too. 0-0 and 2. And yeah, barely behind her at this point. He's pretty much tied with the Bat Rider. So fairly well that to make really just being at Nisha just at the moment for the most part with that worth advantage.
And then soon, 300 gold away from the boots to travel. He's going to continue to make his moves. No real interest in returning from mid. He knows how strong he can be in the side lanes. RTZ tries to go forward, a toss away, and will separate Artor from the rest of them. They'll get the outpost spot.
Should be that 1-for-1. Up for Secret to be able to claim it, but now they want to pressure Matumba a little bit more, but they don't have a way of being able to just go to a lane and take a tower like a Leshrac does. The TA doesn't even do that either. But Ramsey really wants to go for him here. At least force him far out of the lane at the moment.
They're not quite able to set up for the lasso with a flame break. Plays waveform for the crucial moment to break the distance.
And Nisha does have those boot travel now finished up on the Lesh. So just like the last game, they did opt for those bots very early on. He picks them up, he TPs back to base, and he will be able to TP right back out, fully sustained and being able to continue. Those are he's done. And Abed will just continue in the jungle. But it is a TA who's actually pulled an experience advantage over Lesh. A little bit less gold, but he's just been straight up hitting. He has been able to do so.
I mean, again, a very close start between these teams. Just with the network slightly shifted more on whereas obviously there's a bit of catching still from Matsuman to do on Secret's half, a little more evenly spread amongst EG's 3 cores. The push will come in, look for one tower, and again, not a lot that EG can do to stop this. A blast from standing their ground and continuing to take these tier 1s away from EG.
And these gold too, it helps Matumba a decent amount, even when he is just jungling or anything like that. This gold that does come from those stars. And the mango tree too. And he will continue to hit the jungle for while this they can also defend towers really nicely because they have living armor. So on the like we were mentioning, Secret just has a much easier time in the first like 20 something minutes to defend and also push these towers down because of that Lash and because of that tree. TA more in order to be able to actually push towers. What's the item choice this time for Artesia? All right, Artesia's gone for the jump. Around in it, causing some pressure on the map and allowing his TA, allowing Abed to get that far.
And Abed again with that Blink Dagger first pickup. He's also going to be ready. You know, any sort of action around tower, objects to outposts. You can't expect those TP players to come in. Get his bots done. They're all gearing up to be incredibly ready to react around this.
If we learned anything from that last game, it's probably going to be a big pickup in speed pretty soon. Maybe, because we also learned from the first 2 games that maybe things could just slow down completely and not a lot could happen.
We'll have a brief pause here, but looking at these first 13 minutes, I mean, do you feel that there's a team that's maybe got away with it than they should have? Is anyone sort of coming out on top, or would you say it's still looking pretty 50-50?
I think you probably are pretty happy that Matumba Man was able to recover the way he was without even dying at all, because he was set into a really awkward position when he was level 1 for a very long time. He goes top. Ramses is level almost level 3 pretty much. We see, of course, on the screen there, the Edict chasing that Invis. Yeah, I think you're pretty happy if you're a Secret right now, because you're getting this way to pressure the map while EG does not have that in the flesh.
Now, I'm going to have the room, but there we have the Overgrowth. Puppey will cancel on during the tether. And there's no escape for that IO while Space continues to die. And it's going to find Ramses, has the complete, so now Zai, a lot harder for Ramses to make some plays on with that boosted magic resistance.
And the Morbid Man finished from Matumba Man as we saw previously. So hitting jungle, he's fully sustained up, and that's pretty much his home for a bit of time now as the aggression top. It's 3 heroes Zai.
Yeah, Ramses alone.
As well.
It's a man of backup. All 4 heroes beating down. I'll do it. It's a lot of resources. He gets the job done and gets our bed a little bit of boost gold. The Space is there in the lanes because of this move. Yaps now managed to finish.
Bit interesting is I didn't actually know he was going to relocate up there. I guess he wanted to get involved to just get a little bit jump of gold because he actually has a mech already done on the IO. Wow. Much faster than I thought it would have came out. It's at 14 minutes now.
And down bottom. Easy's in onto the tree. Puppey's trying to hide. Is there going to be anyone coming to help him out? TPs are coming in as Puppey's trying to juke it. Yapso's in. Blink. On to Crit. Crit's got the mech done. The amount of burst heal and his tether. Crit. Matu's there waiting though. Has he got the burst? The adaptive strike not enough, but with the waveform it is. Matu. And now they can try and chase some more. The grass slowing down Ramses. He turns in. Knocked back with a flame break. Smart plays from Matumba Man, securing the double.
You know, I was saying, wow. But Yapsor also already has a blink dagger on the tiny guard quickly. A very heads up quick move from Secret is top now though. Arteezy's looking to get aggressive with the back.
Through the shadow dance. He's been flying up, but he is safe. Arbet does have the blink, but with the boosted travel, he get a little too fast to be chased. He'll escape. Secret with those plays down bottom. The double kill from Matu. It's relieved the pressure from the bottom lane, and they can push back and try to start taking another EG.
They're starting to get a lot of momentum coming because of this tower pressure that they can just do, and EG just can't. They can't do the same type of tower pressure at all with their lineup. They need more time to be able to farm on Abed in particular so he can join.
And now they might find a kill again. Ramses has been spotted out. Yapsour's in with the comp, but they damage to take him. Ramses will fall. Secret, they're speeding it up to quite the pace. 6 minutes, 5 for Secret.
And they have so many different ways to make around. It just makes a lot of space for Matumba Man to just constantly get that farm up and almost be after having such a the way the lanes were set up for him. EG's got to just slow down the bleeding a bit here. Ramses 1-4-1 after they did put him in that safe lane as the Batright has been punished a couple times. Just a bit too over aggressive. It doesn't. It feels like it's a little awkward for him. He's actually queued up an 8th of the bot.
Yeah, a little bit of a different item progression. We'll see if it's sort of having that will be the difference maker for EG to be able to make these themselves. Out he goes hunting. He's going to look towards Puppey. It's best to help out, but Puppey's outnumbered. They're bringing Arteezy with the relocate. For the start, getting Arteezy closer and closer to his diffusal blade.
Yeah, gets him in agility as well. But now Secret, they're all set up down here as soon as that relocate does end. They won't get aggressive as well. Time Nisha, he actually did find himself a dragon scale. Pretty good item on the Lesh. Any type of armor can get on this up. He doesn't have that natural built-in armor beside his talent. This helps a lot versus Slark and TA.
Secret, they're happy with the way that they've managed to make this game look very nice for a lot of space to work with now, considering the rest of his team are moving across the map aggressively, and they know until that diffusal blade's on Arteezy, there won't be too much of an interest for me to take Fox themselves. But once that diffusal blade is done, to relocate even more aggressive. At the moment, they've been only looking for players on their half of the map. Once they have that extra bit of offensive potential, they'll be looking for those pickoffs on Secret side.
Secret, good job though. Like, look at the way that they're up. They're always staying person near each other. Right now, EG, they still need more time to Fusel play though. Maybe this might be the thing that allows them to kick that action, like you're saying. Zaya's in the mid lane.
Blink well on R. So both cores, they've got a lot of physical burst. If they can get in and go for it straight away immediately, these two huge offensive item pickups at 18 minutes in, find anyone alone, they will be able to break them down in a matter of seconds.
They need to try to get some type of tower because their map control is really starting to get quite weak, so they are starting to go for this, but immediately, Secret, they're identifying it. They're going into the rope pit. It's seen by each, though. They don't have a trap in the pit, but they have a river ward watching all Secret work inside of there. They shouldn't lose too much HP.
EG's starting to take over. Already they have the Wyvern in range. It's not an incredibly fast Roshan, so there's definitely time for EG.
Tough one to contest though. The TA, Abed, I don't believe he really wants to get involved into any type of fights until he has a BKB, because playing versus Lash, playing versus Tree, you walk into the fight as TA and you're just gonna die because so many to break your refraction and you just get on top of you. So I don't think they can contest this one.
Yeah, the decision has been to go for that. They'll let Secret take it. So now Niche play even more aggressive than he has been already. Having that second line. EG, they'll certainly struggle to bring him down the 2 times if that back is seen. There's a Blink Dagger picked up by Puppey. An extra way to allow setup to occur. And towards mid-tier, it finds himself flying to...
Hanky because he has all these, Ironwood Tree plus Pupil's Glyph giving him this extra bonus HP, but either way, it does seem like they're just a little bit hesitant that Lesh really does do, and they can't BKB. We see the supports on Secret too. They're farming very hard. Blink, as we mentioned on Puppey even, he now has a Blink too. So when those BKB do, he's going to be prepared for it with Puppey. He's going to be able to just blink in, get the overgrowth follow-up to at least control them during it. It's looking tough for EG to really to just make these reactive moves with the way that they have itemized. It's hard for Ramses to do anything because of that itemization in particular.
It has been an excellent start for Team Secret this. So he's getting the timings. He's ready to go towards that E-Blade. Once he has, he's going hard for EG to lock down.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling together for Secret. EG, they just need a little bit more time before they can look to contest what Secret's brought to the table, especially when there's an Aegis too. Oh, he has the Dragon skill on Batrider too. Works with a sticky nade bomb, right? Cool interactions that I think we've seen. I'm not sure if they changed that. It used to work. Buffs it up a little bit. It's not massive or anything like that, but small little. The armor is probably the most important thing about it, but
on top lane, Fly. Ooh, nearly making the correct call. Fly is already out.
You can see how confident Secret's playing on the map, looking to make the G to looking. They're playing mostly around their triangle, still with Abed. Till he has with TZ. He's playing actually on the opposing side of the map until he has his. Close. Like the time we're going to see a smoke come out from them, but it's still going to be so left on Secret's Aegis. And they're all keeping up in the farm very well with their heroes, with the Morphling as well as Lesh majorly taking that farm.
for EG, this is how they should be approaching the game right now. There's no need to try and take back. If it's secret, you sort of got to let them do what they're doing right now with the lead that they have, rather than to phase at them.
I think it's just too risky. Without BKB, like we were mentioning, there's so much damage that comes out from Lesh, Tiny, Morphling, like these heroes. It's just too much of a risk if you do those on your 2 cores into this Aegis because of how much ready with items.
Yeah, I mean, Secret, they're just making all the right moves. Is taking objective after objective. They are really, really punishing the fact that the EG do not want to fight. EG sort of get away with this passiveness at time that there's a lane to be shown, and they have 3 and Secret are utilizing, and they're growing this lead slowly but surely.
They want to get maybe involved in bottom a little here. Nisha does have the Bloodstone now finished up, and he's
as is to him here. The setup's there. They've got the stun control, and they have ample damage. No chance for Crit to tether out of this one. As Matt and Nisha, they are becoming some incredible beasts right now. Every single kill that he's E-Blade becomes closer and closer. Once that's there, they are going to be able to pop this IO so quickly.
It's just hard for them. Like I said, it's really tough plays with the way that their heroes are set up. But the Batrider doesn't have a Blink Dagger to initiate. Probable only way to set things up with a curse, but it is still quite hard for them. So now the Aegis does get reclaimed, and I believe they do have those double B hit. We'll see EG finally look to smoke and try to catch something here. But I see it's playing in all 3 lanes, so all 3 lanes are pushed in constantly. It's harder for them to make because of the obvious.
They start to slowly shift their attention towards the top half of the map, EG, but here we go, and they're strong as well. Nisha on the front lines. He's going to try and start this off with the stun. In they go onto Arteezy. He's got to put this deep. He's got too much damage. Did he not? He's turned. Over to another. Crit's gone as well. And Arteezy.
He did.
He just didn't want to use it. He goes for the greedy Shadow Arts TP play. His BKB. He's die every single time. At least Arbe gets the man. He will pop his BKB and TP out to safety.
I think he thought the Crit was going to be able to back onto him, keep him sustained, at least to not die to that pulse. But that's why we see the Lesh hit. We see it picked quite a lot of time versus that slot, that damage. It is quite overwhelming. Pop that Shadow Dent. Now it's a level 19 Lesh, so you have 17 Bloodstone charges.
And down bottom, Poppy again with the setup, jumps. Ramsey's got a cut of the base, trying to go down, but there's too much burst from this Morph right now. Matu with his E-Blade online just pops another out of the tower. Secret, they've taken all out of towers right now. It's 25 minutes in. The EG is going to struggle to hold a defense.
Yeah, it's full control by them at this point. And like you said, E-Blade and the Morphling 2 on top of this Slash Track, who's already so immensely farmed. EG. Back, have no real forms of initiation.
They're trying for some sort of a wraparound here, EG, but they've got it a bit quickly. The racks are falling. Arteezy, as he starts to go forward with the Dark Pact already, he's forced out the BKB, jumps towards Matu, goes towards me. And the living armor keeps him safe. Crit will be able to tether back. They got the melee rack Secret. It's not an 11k lead. They were just unable to fight them even with these BKBs.
It's getting out of hand. They have no ways to actually control or no way to start the fight. I feel like them not having like a, I mean, it's weird because the Batriders, we don't really see them build the build too often, but it really feels like because it's just, like, what's Fly supposed to do as the Wyvern? Well, Fly has to set everything with the curse. It just doesn't seem possible. Like this, he's still going to be going for that BKB, which feels like it's almost because of how much damage Secret does, but how are they ever going to catch anybody to kill him? It doesn't seem like how do you kill the Morphling without a lasso grabbing him? It's impossible. To get this free farm as well as the other cores on the side of Secret.
Being this far behind, it's so even with the BKBs, because it's very easy for Secret to sort of scare the BKB charges out of them. Die quickly. If you're not ready to commit it early, this Nisha Matu it'll blow you in a matter of seconds, and there's no amount of healing that Quick can do at the moment to keep you alive.
So much damage, and they have different forms of initiation because both of them are not only just rushing Blink, but they also have Force Staffs too, right? So if somebody does get committed by the force on the Tiny. They have a force on the Enchantress as well. They're out of a bad scenario that could happen. Secrets making all the right moves, and EG just doesn't feel like they have any moves that they can make. And given this laning phase after these last 15 and just dominate for Secret.
I mean, EG they're up a little bit, but it's so hard to do so. Nisha with these bots, he can make so much space with lanes and being able to still turn up to the action. Roshan, as this is going to be a point. I mean, we saw last time EG Aegis. I don't know if they can get away with doing that another time, because Secret with an Aegis, they'll be ready to just push high and end the game.
This is definitely going to be where they're playing around for the most part here. But Secret just they're ahead. I feel like their items just do quite a bit more than the side of EG. Even when they that could be coming pretty soon on TA, it really does feel like Secret they have ways to solve it, because they're not going to be locked down during anything. That are coming out from EG, there's no stuns. It's just a lasso and a curse to be able to hold targets for anybody to stick onto.
I mean, Matsumaman and Nisha have just played it so well. That they've found on this map without EG being able to do anything has been incredible. BKB forced out by Ramses.
Fully defensive BKB though, as he has to back away. Walking into that Roche pit at least a tiny bit to threaten and take out that trap.
Still not quite ready to go for it with EG being all 5 alive. Secret want to, before they do go in, they know there's no way that EG themselves can head a bit while Secret's up.
The range creep is dead.
They are losing the racks to the creeps.
The enchanted range creep, look at that, 70 dead, look at that right there.
Oh my goodness, I mean the EG, they weren't ready for that one. Sure. It's extra. Absolutely looking for the burst. Ramsey's getting nuked down low. True steps. Will heal him up. They've got enough damage though with the impact. Ramsey's on 50 seconds, no bat.
And while they're doing this in the Roche, look at mid lane. Good to bottom with his enchanted creep, so now a catapult is actually in the mid lane. It's causing a distraction.
He's too tanky for EG to deal with.
Clutch hit. Yeah.
maybe a little too confident after that kill that they got on the Morph. He did. I'm sure they've lost a Morphling, but Secret are still at such a lead. You do not need the full 5-man to find kills like this. They're going to charge straight back towards the base. Going to be able to toss back into the hands of Zai. Fly will go for the self-caught embrace. RTZ and Abed trying to help out. They'll jump. Breaks the bound. They get the hold with the overgrowth, and he's dying to the illusions and Zai. He kills another. As EG, they're down to 3. Abed has to blink away. High ground, and they'll look to take the second set of racks. The buyback's forced out. Fly is back in the game. But Secret just continuing this pressure and forcing EG. It's making it harder and harder for EG to really get themselves back in this game. The lead still confidently held. It's a 10 lead from Secret, and then still knocking on the door.
Their initiations are.
And they're making this play with Abed still 6 in the back.
Yeah, that's some.
Queuing up the Hex, but this is a bit of an ambitious smoke. You're already 19k down without that 6k spent. You're effectively much more than that behind this team that you're trying to fight into. And now go over to the shop. Did he pick up anything? We'll see in a second. They're going to go for this. Zai. The curse is up for the setup. They'll start to get some of the hit from Morphling. Comes across. He's been caught embraced, but the zip last guy is killing him off. They get the get more. It's crit. Keeping RTZ at full health. Finally, Yapsa's pop out. And with the BKB worn off, RTZ has to retreat. Powers it down to the low ground. Ramsey throws his. Trying to draw attention away from the rest of the team. Secret, they're trying to check. Already, the rest. Okay.
Addressing Matumba. Things that they're having to throw on him to bring him down. It's everything. It's the lasso immediately on top of like a mind breaker hit to ensure that they can bring him down. And because of that, run and fight with Zai just popping.
And it's going to be a lot harder for EG to sort of get away with this. You now see loads of souls being picked up by Puppey. Ways, man, make sure that EG, even when they do commit everything onto him, there's going to be a lot of potential to save him and turn the
Lincolns too. I think now I also has a Lincoln's on top of Nisha's, so we saw the win on top of that last, and that's going to be guarded completely. We saw it, of course, get reflected, and that's why Ramsey. But there's going to be so many different ways to protect each other now on the side of Secret.
RTZ taking a huge amount of damage from the two of them as he starts to step forward. Nisha. Bring down these barracks. The range racks will fall. They'll the melee. EG with just the 3 of them alive. What can they do to push them back? RTZ tries to lead in. He gets him with the path of the Zai, but a force gets Zai back to safety. The bash didn't quite the damage. He gets thrown up into the air. BKB looking for the lasso. It keeps him there. Lassoed in place. Back. But he uses the curse to try and set up for something as RTZ is from Matsu secures a second double kill for the Morph. A Secret, they push on, they'll finish this set of racks, 26k lead, and EG, they just cannot deal with Secret right now.
Too much to try to go for a single kill. How are the BKBs looking on the side of EG? They still have RTZs up at the moment. TA and Bat Rider on cooldown.
Starts. You know, he's not getting a lot done. Again, Matsu just combos down crit immediately. Crit without buyback. A second kill for Zai as Arvo will buy back inside of the fountain. He's getting hit by the impetus. His Ramses, he's healed up, but they'll wait it out. As he's now there for 85. It's over. GG is called. Game 4 goes the way of Secret and brings Theory to a 2-2. And we've seen it already. An incredibly dominated game. They do it again here. Despite each best efforts to slow them down in the lanes, they adapt, and Matsu, after such a slow beginning, has an